Hot Sauce Podcast. I'm Larry Monkey. You can find me on Twitter at FFLarryMonkey. And here we go. It's fresh out of the chicken coop. Ooh, it's cold in Mississippi, but we still gonna hang out with at Run DFF, Justin Rogers. What's up, man?
Yo. Yeah, it's freaking cold down here, man. We didn't get above freezing yesterday.
Ooh,
It barely got above freezing today. I'm telling you. Ice on the roads. We're not ready for this down the south. We are not equipped for ice anywhere except in the freezer. That's it. In an iced tea. That's the only place we're equipped for ice.
Nice.
Currently, it is 28 degrees. Feels like 21. Warmer than it has been the last couple nights.
I think we have the same cold. We're sharing the same cold front. Well, actually, we're 20 with the old feels like 10. Yeah, we're getting hit. You walk outside and you're like, fuck. You got to wear a jacket today for the first time all year. I got to talk about this Fiery Zard offer in the Hot Sauce Listener League right now.
Because I made a deal with him today.
I
in
did.
The Hot Sauce Listener
Right
League, hour and a half ago, something like that.
Right, yeah, just happened.
Right? But what have you got on the table?
Oh, we'll get into we'll do
or
it.
do you want to throw mine out there? No, let's hear the trade you have, and then we'll talk about what I did.
Now, Fiery Zard has like the reputation of sending just like an offer where you're like, what? This isn't like it doesn't make any sense at all.
He's like the offspring of Larry Monkey. Yes.
Oh, come on! I get an offer from him right after you made the deal, and he wants to give me, and it's just like, as soon as you see Fiery Zard, you're like, oh my god, here we go, and then you click open the email, and you're just like, ugh. So we have a very heavy tight end in the Hot Sauce Listener League. He's offering me George Kittle, the 103.
Is that Mariachi Ninjas?
Yes. 103 and the 107 and George Kittle. What he wants from me is Anthony Richardson, Tank Dell, and Dalton Kincaid.
Goodness gracious.
Come on, Fiery Zard.
What I think he did is he got all those picks, think he's going to be able to upgrade off of what I did. So let's talk about what he gave up to get those picks, and then let's talk about that deal.
Okay.
All right. So he and I made the deal. It's a blockbuster deal. It's a big deal. I got second. Mercer beat me. And I have a whole bunch of picks. I had 5 first rounders this year and like 4 or 5 next year or something. It was a lot. Anyways, I had the 103, the 106, 107, 108, and like 110 this year, something like that. Anyways, we've been going back and forth. At one point, he sent me like 5 players for 9 or 10 picks. And I was like, I don't have a need for that many players on this roster. Like it's a good roster. I don't need to just blow my load on everyone. So anyways, we whittled it down, and I told him who I was and wasn't interested. Like, I'm not interested in George Kittle. I don't want to invest at his price, at what his going rate is these days. But I was interested in CeeDee Lamb and Dak. And I said, if I can get David Montgomery, in my head I'm thinking, if I can get David Montgomery, that's a fine piece to have. Maybe he has a role, maybe he doesn't. But it's kind of like a throw-in. So I got Dak, CeeDee Lamb, and Montgomery. So I have the Dallas stack.
Right.
And I gave up Roschon Johnson. The deal centered around CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott.
Yes.
I was interested in a young wide receiver. I'm still going to be trying to get a tight end somewhere, but those 2 guys are the deal. I gave up Roschon Johnson, the 103, the 106, 107, and I gave him his own 25 first back. Ooh. And my 25 second, which could or could not be a pick. It could be a 2027 first, but if it's really late, all those picks might be off the board by then anyway. So it might be equivalent to a late first round player in 2025, something like that.
324 firsts, 25 first, and a 25 second.
Yep, that's what I gave up.
Now let's break this down. Dak's not worth more than the 103 or the 107.
No. Actually, I would actually start with CeeDee Lamb, like the 103 and 107.
103, what is that, the 106 also?
I got the 106 in there as well. But let's just say he's worth the 103 and 107. Is that reasonable?
I'd probably give the 106 for him, the 103, 106.
Okay. And then Dak is the 107 and a 25 first. Seem reasonable? I gave him control over that 25 first.
Okay.
But then the deal he's offering you, I'm not sure he wants to be bad next year. but he
Right.
has his own 25 first. He tried to get patron Matt Hamilton Swamp Donkeys first, who Swamp Donkey tanked the startup, took a whole bunch of picks.
Yes.
I am not giving up that 25 first. I want to roll the dice and see if it's a high 25 first this coming year. So I was not willing to give that one up. I actually pulled that out and put in the 108 or the 107 or whatever it was. I actually put that in there instead. The 107 I did. Instead of that 25 first.
So was the 103, the 106, and the 107?
Yes, that's the 3 picks this year.
And then and what is that? And then you would think that would be that his own first, which could.
Well, he's got control over it, but
Right.
it sounds like he's trying to make moves to get players back. So
Right.
I don't know why he wanted his 25 first so bad. You know, like if you're taking your own 25 first, usually that's or your own future first. Usually that's because you want to just go ahead and go all in on it. And sometimes somebody will try to win a league in the first year and then tear it down because they've got the money in there already. They've made money off of it. But
I don't know. You know how there's certain strategies. You know what when a person's using a trade analyzer.
Sure.
So like when you have to do a deal with whoever, you're just like, okay, I got to match it up next to this. If I know some guy has DLF, uses DLF, swears by DLF's trade analyzer, then I'm just like, okay, any deal I give him has to fucking match up to the
It
trade
has to
analyzer.
work there. Yep.
And there are some lopsided deals.
I don't think he's using a trade analyzer based on some of the trades that I have received and the trade you received just now. I'm not sure.
I only brought that up because as we were talking, I threw this in the Dynasty trade calculator.
Which one did you throw in?
Yours.
Okay.
Dak Lamb, Monty for all the firsts and Roshan.
Okay.
And it came out almost dead even.
Did it?
105.8 for the Dak side, 106.8 for the Roshan side.
Damn, I lost it by a point. Son of a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I thought the deal was fair the way it was constructed. Like we went back and forth several times before we got to this point.
Yep.
But it was, I thought, all right, it works out. In my head, it worked out. I don't use calculators, but hey, that kind of validates it for both of us, I reckon. So let's get back to the offer you have on hand.
Okay.
All right. Kittle, the 3 and the
103, 107.
103, 107.
Right.
And he wants Richardson, 103 or Richardson. What are you taking?
I'm taking Richardson.
Yeah, right. And then he wanted what else?
Tank Dell and Dalton Kincaid.
Okay, so 106 or Dalton Kincaid.
I want Kincaid.
And then 107 or Tank Dell.
I already have the tight end in Kincaid. I could use that 106 on, or if I'm looking for a Brock Bowers, he might you can kind of
eventually if you were on the clock, if that 106 was on the clock, that would be interesting.
Yeah.
Of course, then the 103 couldn't be on the clock. I'm really curious to see how rookie drafts shake out. But I would want Brock Bowers over Dalton Kincaid, and it wouldn't even be a question.
Right.
It would be
me too.
It would be a slam dunk, but I'm not sure that he's going to be there at 107. And honestly, I was planning on using the 103 for Brock Bowers. That's what I was going to do.
Interesting.
But now I got to go an alternate route and figure out what I'm going to do. Like I was absolutely going to be like, all right, let me just throw the 103 at Brock Bowers and sit on it for a year because I'm not assuming he's going to just be a stud out of the gate. But I am assuming he's going to be a stud.
You got to think Marvin Harrison could, out of the 3 copies, could fall to that 103.
It was the last 103, first of all. Okay. So that's unlikely. If it was the first 103, like if it was the 107 instead of the 109 in the 3-copy league, possibly. A Drake May slides in there and pushes it down. But not the last 103. I think it's going to be unlikely.
Right.
I have absolutely not looked at quarterback situations for any of the teams involved in the top of the league. I know that Ruben will be picking a quarterback. He even said it in the Patreon chat. He's like, I guess I have to go Caleb Williams over Marvin Harrison. He said I probably have to go Caleb Williams over Marvin Harrison Jr. in at the 101. And I was like, probably? Your quarterbacks are awful. Of course you have to go.
Yeah.
You know, like it's not even a question.
Right. So yeah, I think I need a little bit more. Tank Dell shouldn't even be in this deal. I don't need Kittle. I have a bunch of great tight ends.
Right. Well, you'd have one less tight end if you sent Dalton Kincaid, but
right. I'm not interested.
Yeah.
So I'm going to send a counter, and maybe
I don't think it's as trash as you think it is, though.
I thought it was. After we broke it down, it is less trashier.
It's not as bad. I mean, it's a good starter offer,
right?
When you think about it, it's not like, ooh, I got to have the 103 over Anthony Rich. It's like, no, I want the 103, and then you get to the 106, like, yeah. So it's fine.
Like I was definitely countering.
Sure.
I just haven't gotten around to a counter yet.
Right.
But I definitely had that in my mind.
He has sent worse offers. That is absolutely for sure.
Yeah, and you know, we're getting back to the people that rag on other folks for shit trades. You got to start somewhere, because there are people that just always have to send a counter. You know, there are people that always send. Yeah, there's the counter people, folks that always send a counter no matter what. So if you go in heavy with your best offer, I mean, everyone's just in there. You got this crowd that's just like, oh, you have to send your best offer, you know. And that
I almost never send my best offer. There are times it's not guaranteed. There are times that I'll be like, okay, this is what I'm going to pay. If they don't want it, that's it. I'm not negotiating. But you know, sometimes, most of the time, I will not send my absolute best offer. Now, if they accept it, awesome. They felt great with the trade. They didn't want to push it. Sometimes that's the way I feel when I get a trade. Like, I don't want to push this any further. It's good enough for me. I'll just accept the original offer.
You don't know what's going through people's minds.
Right.
You know, you don't know what their values are. And to send like your best offer first is just
Larry, check the chat.
It's malpractice.
Check the chat. There's Fiery Zard.
We got a little Fiery Zard. And
what's up, homie?
Welcome to the show, Fiery Zard. We were just talking about you, buddy. Fiery Zard.
In the chat.
Remember when we looked at his Fiery Zard?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Don't send your best offer. You know, I've seen tweets. Oh, you know, you gotta send your best offer. Don't come to me with any fucking mess. No,
I am almost never sending my best offer. 1 out of 10 times, I'll be like, "This is what I'm going to offer," and if it doesn't go anywhere, I don't feel like putting any more effort into it. I'm done, and we'll just move on. 9 out of 10 times, I am not sending my best offer. It doesn't make any sense.
Right? That's malpractice.
That leaves you no negotiation room.
Dynasty malpractice. Sending your best offer first.
No, just not going to do it.
All right, so everyone gets on my case. Yeah, and people comparing me to Fiery Zard's fucking trade. Kidding me,
Larry? Some of the offers you send are trash. They're just not as blockbuster trash as Fiery Zard. Anthony wants to make like the biggest, hugest moves. That's what it is. He wants to make blockbuster trades across the board, like, always.
Yeah.
So.
He's going to go big or go home.
Yeah, exactly. Go big or go home. I've not seen a small trade offer out of him yet. He says I do. It's true.
It's always like a franchise-altering offer.
My tight end room now in that league, Larry, in the Hot Sauce Listener League, is Gerald Everett, Noah Fant, Zach Ertz, who is unsigned right now, and Colby Parkinson.
Oh, wow.
And I made the final. I feel like I should have won.
You need to pick up Durham Smythe or Donald Parham.
Yeah, I think I had Parham at one point and dropped him.
Fiery Zard's running out of players here. He's got a very short. I'll take a late first for Kittle. No, you won't.
I bet you would. I will make a move at some point for a tight end, but I'm just not in a hurry to do it.
Where was Debo in your negotiation with Fiery Zard?
I told him I was interested in Debo, but it didn't come up in this trade.
Oh,
it never was a part of this deal. There was at one point, like I'm telling you, it was like 11 firsts for 5 or 6 players or something. I was like, holy shit, this is just too much. I don't even want to process this. Like I don't want to make this kind of move.
His running back room is spectacular. Look at this. Travion Williams, Sean Tucker, Isaiah Spiller, Craig Reynolds, Jerick McKinnon, Kenny McIntosh. I can't believe Kenny McIntosh got 0 points this year. Are you kidding me? There was some hype around him. He was your Georgia boy, right?
Dude, he was like a 5th or 6th rounder or something, wasn't he?
All these guys were.
Rounder. He
All
was a
these
7th
guys
rounder.
were.
He was never going to be anything. Just like Sean Tucker. Sean Tucker was a UDFA.
You think Roshan could be the Rashad White of this year?
I don't know. He had a good bit of receptions last year. All right. So last year he had 129 carries for 481 yards.
His rookie year. But he also had, let's see here. It's not a bad rookie.
He also had 50 catches. That was the thing that's like, oh, that's why I was in on Rashad White in the offseason. Because he had 50 catches last year on 58 targets. He's catching everything. You know what he did this year? 64 catches on 70 targets. Dude catches everything. Can you imagine? He's got a career catch percentage of 89% right now. That's stupid. It's so good.
So hold on a second here. I have a Dynasty Diagnostic Champions League trade from Beryl Joffrey trying to get Brock Purdy off of me.
You better. Okay, first of all, did you see his message?
He will overpay for him.
He has to overpay because his son said he needed to get Brock Purdy on all his rosters. Yes. I'm assuming that he's a Bay Area guy. Excuse my, I can't even speak. Holy shit.
Bay Area guy, Brock Purdy.
All right. So what is the deal in DDCL?
Well, this is his counter because I went after him first.
Okay. So what was the original offer? I want to hear
offer. Here we go, baby. Trades and offers involving. You ready for my Purdy offer? Okay. I sent Beryl Joffrey, who needs to have Brock Purdy on his team.
He's been told by his son, I want you to have Brock Purdy on all your rosters.
Yep. Now, this is a 4-copy, the DDCL, Dynasty Diagnostics Champions League, 4-copy, 12-team league. So it's four leagues of 12 teams. Okay, so I offer him Purdy and J.K. Dobbins.
Oh, of course. Everybody wants to unload that dumbass. I mean, that guy. He's not dumbass. He's probably a very nice guy. Everyone wants to unload the dead weight. Go ahead. What did you ask for?
For Rashad Wright, Kyron Williams, and Zay Flowers.
You offered him Purdy, and who cares? And all you asked for was Rashad White and Kyron Williams?
And Zay Flowers? Yes.
I'd have done that deal. Fuck it.
Well,
I'd have gotten Purdy for that. All right, so what was the counter?
Well,
I would have countered and asked for a little bit more, but I'd have been happy doing that.
He rejected it and just came back with Kyron Williams and Zay Flowers for Purdy. He took off the Rashad White.
It's not enough.
Yeah.
You know how I feel. You know how I feel about quarterbacks.
Right.
And your quarterback room is not exactly stout.
Justin Fields, Baker Mayfield is who I'm rocking. And Derek Carr.
Derek Carr.
I figured
I'm not even sure I'd be trying to sell Brock Purdy.
Well, that's a nice haul. Oh, I have one running back, Josh Jacobs. So I would be getting 2 running backs that just broke out this year.
Yeah, you did just get promoted, which means you're going to be at the bottom. Based on your team this year,
I need to hit on. Yeah, you see why I need those guys
at the top. What you need is elite quarterbacks because it's going to get interesting at the top there.
Justin Fields goes to the Falcons.
Do you think Justin Fields gets moved?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so as well. Did you see what Fiery Zard said? Send Brock and Jacobs for White, Flowers, Williams, and a 24 second. It's not actually that bad as a counter.
White, Flowers, Williams, Jacobs though,
because he came back with Flowers and Williams for Brock. So this is like saying White and a second for Jacobs in the counter. It's reasonable. Anthony says Jacobs is a 1 or 2 year guy. So is White. So is Kyron Williams. Like we don't know what these guys are. Rashad White is old, man. You know he's about to be 25.
Yeah. No, he's 25 already.
Is Rashad White 25 already?
Yep. So
he just turned 25 the other day.
It's the 220, which
so
is
it's the 205.
205.
Yeah.
All right, you like that? It's kind of not. I didn't really want to give up Jacobs.
Well, why don't you tell us about a trade that you did make in the fantasy timeline?
Yes. Oh yeah. So I mean, I've been talking about Jordan Love for a couple weeks now.
Well, hold on. This was not just about Jordan Love. Mm-hmm. This was more about Tua than Jordan Love because you sent me a similar offer.
I did.
Although a slightly more aggressive ask.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, man, because
Larry, can I tell you, I was considering it. I was like,
I know you.
do
Yeah,
I
of
want
course
to do
it
this?
was. It was a pretty good offer.
I was trying to figure out how to counter.
See, you with the
But I
fucking
was-
counter.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean,
Just figuring out how to counter.
well, I was a little busy that day, so I kept trying to look at it, but didn't have time to really look at it. All right, so let me tell the folks what you offered me, and then we'll talk about the deal. All right, I have Justin Herbert, who I just acquired in a big deal with Lindsay. Gave up Josh Allen amongst other pieces, got some pieces back, yada yada yada. So I have Justin Herbert, and Larry was offering me Tua and DJ Moore for Justin Herbert. And I'm a Tua believer,
Yes.
but I also know that Larry hates Tua, and so I wasn't just going to sell just like that. I knew I could probably squeeze a little bit more by adding something.
I don't
To
know.
both sides.
I don't know, man.
I
But
know.
It would have had to have been something small.
I could have squeezed something by adding a little bit more to both sides.
Yes.
I know that for a fact because you made this other deal.
Yes.
Go ahead and tell the people the deal.
So this deal was made with Stevie D, who said he is not trading Jordan Love. Anyway, the trade is this: Tua DJ Moore for Jordan Love. And he took it. It was sitting out there for a couple of days too. I sent this out Monday, 2 days ago. But
Right.
I've been going after Jordan Love since January 4th with Stevie D. I've sent him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
He's like, for fuck's sake, just give it up.
Well, so I sent him Minshew, Tua, and a 24 third for Love. This one you said you would have been all over. But he goes, initially the plus made me think about it, but Love Tua just headed in different directions. And I agree. And then he says he never cared much about the concussion thing. So yeah, he's a Tua guy. But he says the picks, fumbles, and sacks keep piling up, and he's not getting gooder. I got Tua times 2, and I think it's time to start taking that to 0. I don't know what the fuck that means.
That means he's got 2 shares of Tua and he don't want any of it.
Oh, so now so he's telling me he's got 2 and he's looking for 0. And then DJ Moore entered the picture, and next thing you know, he's back on the Tua train. Stevie D. Tua times 3, baby.
You severely overpaid for Jordan Love.
I know I did. I
Holy
didn't care.
Shit.
I wanted him. I wanted him, and nobody would give him to nobody. I've been looking for Love in all the wrong places.
This is not about Jordan Love, though. This is about Tua and you getting rid of Tua. This is less about Jordan Love because, like I said, you went for Herbert as well. Right. Did you send out the offer to anybody else, or was it just me and Stevie D?
Oh, I did.
So let me ask you this, Larry. Were you in such a hurry to move off of Tua that you couldn't work your way down?
I was tired of. I didn't want Jordan Love to have too many more money games.
That's not true, though. But Larry, you sent the offer to me with Justin Herbert. This was not about Jordan Love. This had nothing to do with Jordan Love. You spammed the league. You sent that to me, to him, probably to a few other people with quarterbacks.
Oh yeah,
it was absolutely about getting rid of Tua. So let me ask you again: were you in that much of a hurry to get rid of Tua that you couldn't go down your rankings of? Because I know you don't have Jordan Love equal with Justin Herbert. No, of course not. So why would you send the offers out simultaneously instead of waiting for the Herbert one to get rejected and then move to Jordan Love? This is a process question for you.
Yeah, you know what? I have no idea.
Because you wanted to get rid of Tua so bad, but you just didn't have the.
Well, listen, you have no idea how many Tua. Oh my God, I have like 100 trades with Tua involved trying to get rid of him.
Yeah, but none. I think that was the first one to me.
40, 50.
I'm not sure.
Let's see. When does Tua start entering the equation of my trade?
See, I am adamant on if I'm going to be moving, if I'm going to be spamming the league.
Yeah,
I'm going to start at the top and work my way down.
December 30th. I did. My first offer.
No, you didn't do it. I'm talking about like in this process right here where you had Herbert and Love in the same trade offer. You didn't work your way down. You just spammed it out and didn't care. What if I had wanted to do that deal and you missed out on Herbert? because you didn't have the patience to wait.
Well, because I also know you, and I'm like, if he didn't take this trade yet, you're not letting the trade sit out there for that long.
But that's not what happens though. See, you spammed it at the same time. You didn't even wait to see. Like if it had been 8 hours, if it had been 8 hours or 10 hours since you sent the Herbert trade, you go, well, he ain't fucking taking this. Let me move to Love. But you sent them out either before or Jordan Love even before the Herbert one. You should have worked your way down. You should have gone like, all right, I don't know. I really have no idea who has what quarterback. You should have gone Lamar and then Herbert and then Burrow and then work your way down to Jordan Love. And you might have
I sent out 20 trade offers involving Tua since December 30th.
I get it. I know you wanted to dump him. That's why I wasn't going to sell him. That's why I wasn't going to sell Herbert straight up for for Tua and DJ Moore.
Well, I also worked.
But I also don't like the process that you did it because you gave up value by just throwing Love in there in your spam of offers. When I think you should have shot higher and then waited for those rejections.
But I got all those rejections.
You didn't even get the rejection from Herbert. You sent that offer out at the same time, or somewhere close to the same time.
I probably didn't think you would take it.
It just doesn't matter if you think I'm going to take it or not. You have to wait for that, at least to feel it out.
Dude, I don't have time to send somebody a trade offer and then it sits there for a week, and I'm like, okay, let me send the next guy a trade offer.
You have to wait a week, but
I want to make a deal.
8 hours. You might wait 8 hours and be like, okay, well, that person's really not thinking, and then move on to the next guy. You have an entire offseason to unload Tua, and right now his value is as low as it's going to get.
I don't know, but I was done with Tua. I was, like I said, he's one hit away from mush. I wanted Jordan Love really bad.
At least you spammed me and him and one or two.
Yeah, but out of the 20 trades, 15 of them were to Stevie D for Jordan Love.
You had it for Herbert. You had it for Love. Who else did you have it out for? Who else? What other players did you have your trades out for?
Trevor Lawrence.
Okay. Wow.
Shit. CJ Stroud.
Yeah. So you had Tua and DJ Moore for T-Law?
Where? Okay, so I offer him Tua for Trevor straight up.
Yeah. Okay.
He rejects that. He comes back with Trevor Taysom Hill for Tua Musgrave and a 24-second.
Oh gosh.
I turned that down, and that was the end of that. Oh no. Yeah.
They're in the same tier. Like that. I wouldn't pay up to move.
Tua for Trevor Lawrence is fine.
But the problem is there's no motivation for him to make that deal because they're in the same tier.
I mean, I'd throw in a third. That's the type of it needed to be.
Yeah.
Let's see. I sent that. I sent a straight up Tua for Brock Purdy. I know we to Rocky O'Shea.
Oh yeah, that wasn't getting done.
I know we talked about that on the show. I can't remember which side he had, though. I got rejected on Tua DJ Moore for CJ Stroud. That was rejected.
Right.
You're okay with that?
It's fine. It really is. That's why I was like, I don't know. CJ Stroud, there is no limit to the hype that he has right now.
There that's crazy.
Especially after that playoff game where he torched the Browns. Fiery's Art said he sent you he added to his offer.
Oh, here we go, yo.
Let's see what he's at.
Here we go, Fiery Czar.
He wants a trade on the pod. And I do too.
This guy, dude, it's the same fucking offer. He didn't do anything.
Let's hear it.
What he added a second? Kittle, 21 firsts. Kittle, 24 firsts, 24 first.
So
so he added the one. Okay, so he took Mariachi out and he put hookers in. So
that's Kittle. The 106 and 107.
Right.
Okay.
And a 25 second.
My 25 second? Is that the Run DFF?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
We talked about is going to be late.
Yeah. I can't imagine it's not with this.
Yeah, we're not taking this.
And then he asked for the same guys?
George Kittle just turns me off of this deal right out of the gate.
Okay, but hold on. Then he asked for the same guys?
Yes, nothing's changed except.
Oh no, he made it worse.
He downgraded one of his firsts, and he added.
He turned the 103. He turned the 103 into the 106.
Right.
And added a 25 second. Oh man.
So now no quarterback for Aaron.
That's not it. That's not adding to the offer. You just downgraded the offer. Come on, Fiery Hard.
Yeah.
That's a big leap from 103. 103 is a nice pick.
Dude.
Oh, he said he didn't see the 24 change. Would you consider it if it was the 103 and 107 or 106 or whatever, and that 25 second?
No,
I would consider that.
I would want somebody else instead of Kittle.
If your roster, with your roster, I would make that deal. You need pieces.
Yeah, but I'm giving away pieces.
Yeah.
I'm not getting pieces.
How confident are you in Tank Dell right now?
I would trade Tank Dell in a heartbeat.
Well,
I will trade you Tank Dell for a first.
Kincaid, and who was the other player involved? Oh, Anthony Richardson.
Right.
Yeah, I think I'd probably do that and then move Kittle.
Nobody likes Kittle.
It's not that nobody likes Kittle. If this is a 12-person league, that might be one thing. This is 42 teams. You don't think you can find one buyer for Kittle? That's the key right there. But you have to be willing to put in the work and start working down, looking at who needs tight ends, etc.
Yeah,
it's a reasonable offer to me.
I don't see it as reasonable. Only reason I don't is because I'm only picking up one. It's a 25 draft. It's a 25 draft pick, so I can't use that pick for 3 years.
Well, no, because I think that, like I said, I think
it'll be an actual 25 second.
I think I think it'll end up being basically a 25 late first, because I think the 25 seconds or the 27 firsts are going to be off the board by the time mine comes around. They usually are. Like the last few picks of the second round are usually late first quality players. Is the 103 like a Jaden Daniels or a Drake May?
It would have to be the 3 and the 6, not the 6 and 7.
So not the 3 and the 7, but the 3 and the 6.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Anthony.
I would do that.
Anthony says the 25 second can get you points for next playoff run. Dude, he ain't in the playoffs next year. Let's make it happen. The 103, the 106, Kittle, and the 25 second. Richardson, Kincaid, Tank Dell.
I'd rather Debo than Kittle. They probably score the same amount of points in this league.
Yeah, probably. No, I bet Kittle scored more than Debo. Kittle scored 274. Debo scored 260.
Fiery Zard's like getting pumped up. He's looking at himself in the mirror.
He's already made one big ass deal today. Yeah, I understand that giving up Kincaid is a big deal to you. Yeah. But how good is Kincaid?
I think he's really good. He's a rookie that had a pretty good year, dude. He had a pretty good year.
He had a really nice stretch in the midseason. A really nice stretch with Dawson Knox out. Then it kind of petered out. The week 17, 18 points was about that was the highlight of the second half.
No, the problem was he didn't score touchdowns. He had a great rookie year. 83 targets, 589 yards.
It was fine.
66 catches, but he only had 2 touchdowns. That's the problem. Kincaid had a great season. He's a rookie. He's a rookie. I mean, Kittle had a 1,000-yard season. Kittle's in a better.
The crazy thing, it wasn't like Dawson Knox poached all the TDs.
He scored a few though.
3, so 2 regular season TDs, same as Dalton Kincaid, right?
Yeah. How many did Knox have?
2. They each had 2.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I need to send a legit counter here.
At some point, we need to do a Kenny Pickett value check.
Oh, that's right. Let's do it. While I put together this counter. It's the Kenny Pickett value check. So Kenny Pickett, 224 firsts, Jonathan Mingo or Jalen Hurts.
Oh, man.
Just got to know where the firsts will land at this point.
Yeah. Say that's the 105 and 107. How do you feel?
Yeah, 105, 107 for Jalen Hurts. No way. Gross.
You want Hurts, right?
I want Hurts.
Okay, say that's the 102 and the 107.
The 102 and 107, I still want Hurts.
Me too.
He's a top.
Hurts regardless.
Right. Yeah. You're not going to. Kenny Pickett, a 24 second, 24 third, or Matt Stafford?
Stafford.
Yeah.
I'm getting 2 or 3 seasons out of Stafford, and that's more than I can say for Pickett. Second, third, whatever.
Yeah. Kenny Pickett or Demario Douglas and a 24 fourth.
Okay, now I'll take Pickett.
Yeah.
That's a little extreme. There's a line there, and that's like the line should be a little bit higher than that.
Yeah.
Jump the hell way the hell over to get to Demario Douglas in a fourth.
Right. So you're with your Pickett side there.
On that one, yeah.
I might as well. Jalen Warren, Terry McLaurin, or Pickett, Cook, a 24 first and a 25 second.
The hell?
Pickett, 24 first, 25 second, Dalvin Cook.
Okay.
Or Jalen Warren, Terry McLaurin.
Oh,
so
give me Kenny Pickett in the first one. But yeah, Terry McLaurin is 28. Gonna be 29. It's like barely into the start of the season. Like week 2, you'll be 29, and just came off a down season.
Jahan Dotson or McLaurin?
I want McLaurin. Is Dotson gonna be anything? What did he do this year? I can't remember what he did this year because he was so irrelevant. He had 518 yards. Dotson did. Played every game. Do you feel great about that? He earned 83 whopping targets.
Yeah.
I'm taking McLaurin. At least I know what I'm getting with McLaurin, and it's a startable piece. Can't start Dotson. All right, any other trades on the Pickett value check?
Nah, none that are worth mentioning. Yeah. Like I said, it's just
none with like Pickett by himself or something.
There's no solo pick. Well, there's one. I don't even want to tell you. I don't even want to say it.
Just say it.
On November 30th, there's a Pickett for Jordan Love straight.
Oh my goodness gracious!
The Leather Helmets Dynasty Football League.
Wow. Can you imagine the regret that guy has giving up Jordan Love right now? After the run that Jordan Love has been on? No, I get it. Jordan Love looked like trash after the first few games. He had like 300-yard games in a row or something like that. And then he really started looking awful. Man, that's a bad trade looking back on it. No, he didn't have 300. Oh, he had 2-3 touchdown games is what he had to start the season. Yards were bad. And then he went through a lull. November 30th, at that point, what had he done? That was right as he started this run of good games because he started this run on the 19th against the Chargers.
And Pickett was still playing.
He had 322 yards and 2 tutties. And then has just been on fire since then. Man, that's an awful trade. That had to be a Steelers fan. Like there's just no other reason for it.
Busy season always gave up Jordan Love, and the Piney Devils gave up Kenny Pickett.
Kenny Pickett had 6 touchdowns thrown in for his season at that point. All 6 of his touchdowns. I forgot that he's only thrown. You realize that guy's thrown 13 TDs in 25 games? 13 touchdowns in 25 games. That's as bad as I have ever seen. And that is not an exaggeration. That is as bad as I've ever seen from a quarterback. I wonder what the lowest TD percentage in NFL history is, because his is 1.8. I just want to know. Oh my gosh. Are you ready for this? Over 300 quarterbacks have attempted at least 500 pass attempts in the NFL. 300 quarterbacks, 500 pass attempts.
Okay.
Pickett is the only one with a touchdown rate under 2%. Kenny Pickett is the only quarterback.
Oh my God.
Under 2% out of 300 quarterbacks with 500 pass attempts.
That's terrible.
I've never seen. I'm telling you, it's when I said it's as bad as I've ever seen. I guess it is the worst I've ever seen. You know who else is up there in that list?
Who?
Zach Wilson.
Yeah, I'm surprised he even made it.
At 2.1%. I don't know what is. Let me go look. This all spurred from a conversation we were having in the Patreon chat.
The Dynasty Hot Sauce Patreon. Join the Patreon and become a patron.
Let me tell you something. I was in another patron chat today, and I realized, and we don't need to name names or places or locations or whatever. There had been one message since Monday Night Football, and it was me responding to one of those Monday Night Football messages. And that was today at 4:30 today. Then I realized that chat had not had anything going on. Our chat.
Today's Wednesday.
Today's Wednesday, whatever.
Yeah.
It was almost 2 days with one message in almost 2 days. Our chat, shit.
Oh yeah,
I had to scroll to find a tweet you were talking about earlier. Scroll. That's
right. Yeah. No, it was one of those situations where it was just one of the first times where I like jumped in and I was like, oh man, I want to respond to this whatever, this message, but it was from like 4 hours ago. So no one would have known what I was talking about if I just.
We'd have been lost if you just popped in there and started talking. Yeah. Right. No, we the Patreon chat was popping today. It was good. It was fun. But we're gonna keep it going that way. I don't want our chat to be that way where it's one message in a day. No way.
No. We'll rock and roll. And it's $3 for the patron. You can get a $3 tier. There's a $10 tier where you get a little bit more for that. More bang for your buck there. But check it out. Check it out. Join the patron and be a part of our community that we're building. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, you know where to find it. You go to patreon.com, search for the Dynasty Hot Sauce podcast.
I think the Hot Sauce Twitter page has the Patreon.
Oh, there you go.
Also. And when we drop our episodes on all the socials, the link tree also has a tab that'll.
It's so easy. It's so easy. It's easier than ordering that Starbucks coffee every day.
Oh yes,
yep. And you only got to do it once a month. So
yeah, let's see. Yeah. We're finally we're getting close to that like annual membership. I think.
Ruben will be very happy to hear that.
Yes, we need a few more patrons, and then we'll be able to have you just pay the annual one time
thing
instead of every
$36 or whatever.
So your spouse doesn't say, what is with this $3 charge? What do you spend $3 a month for? Do it all these $30, bam, one shot or whatever, 36.
Yep, I had to leave a Patreon recently because it had died. I didn't like it. I didn't want to do it. I was like, man, it's time to move on.
Time to move on.
Yep. We got fresh meat, fresh faces going on around here.
All right.
So I have more fun in our Patreon anyway.
I sent the counter to the Fiery Zard. We'll see what happens. What do you think?
What counter did you send? We want to hear the counter before we go.
The counter is Anthony Richardson, Tank Dell, and Dalton Kincaid for George Kittle, the 103, the 106, and a 25-second.
He's going to accept that. He already said he would do it.
Well, he should. He should if he wants Anthony.
Tag him. I want this to be a live trade.
And Dalton Kincaid. That's some instant. You're adding 3 starters to your lineup. One of which is a QB that got 30-something points in every start that he had. Almost 30 points one time.
That's the same thing. Same thing.
Yes. But, the hype is real. The Colts are a good team.
Even if their owner is getting Narcaned.
Yes. Poor
goodness.
Jim Irsay he's like
60,
64, 65 years old. He looks like he's like 80, dude.
The deal is done.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, wow. He is not looking great. Yeah, I actually went and clicked on your page, and it looks like you already have these players. So, yep.
It's done.
He did the deal before I even clicked on your team.
It was a show trade with Fiery Zard. Wow, this is
a deal from the chat. Now you get some more rookie fever going on.
I know. That's what I'm excited about. I have a lot of 2s in this, and I have 3 2s and 3 1s.
See, those 2s are important. Use them right.
3 4s. Yep. I would have had a higher first.
Did you realize you gave up C.J. Stroud, Devontae Adams, and Garrett Wilson?
Right. To Dickey.
Yeah, and you got Anthony Richardson, Josh Downs, and 24 first and 25 first.
The Warzone League has folded, folks. I am the champion, and I rode out into the sunset as a champ. So that closed. Yeah. That shut down. Waiting for the Superflex Army draft, where I got some picks there. It's going to be fun off season. We wanted to get into Travis May, but it's getting kind of late, man.
Yeah, we don't have to do that today. We can do that later.
Yeah, maybe I'll give him a buzz and see if he'll come on. Anyway, all right. Should we just wrap it up?
Yeah, let's wrap it up, brother.
All right, we did it. Fiery Zard made the deal of the century. Thanks for listening to the Dynasty Hot Sauce Podcast.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Larry Monkey and Justin Rogers talking Dynasty football, baby.